What's up, guys? It's UG Clapchicks here with another video. Today I'm going to do a recap on round 5 of the Esports256
inaugural
league. And yeah, this has been going on for some time. We're currently at round 5. If you haven't been following, here's our video. You can go and watch it. It's on our channel. Be sure to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. But for now, I'm going to do a recap of round 5. Check it out. Yeah, the main things that happened within the match, the big L's, the big W's, the player of the game, and all that stuff. If you need all this in detail, just go and watch the video. Trust me, you'll love it. Yeah, so round 5, this was hosted by the main man himself, Genie. If you watched the other recap, you know who Genie is. Genie was the beast man who played for Esports256 against Brescia Esports. So looking back at that, we said, okay, if we're having international matches, if we're going to play with teams all around the world, why not first do it with our very own here in Uganda, East Africa, and all that. We have 3 teams right now, in case you haven't been following. But if you've been following, you know this. We have Phoenix, we have Rise, and UV6. These are the teams all under Esports256, and they're battling it out in the inaugural league. This is our first, introduction league. Just getting to know the turns and, tweaks and bobs of all these other things. The round 5 of all the games we're supposed to have, we've been having different games. This one was Fortnite. So this round 5 was a 2v2v2 box fight match. Remember, I told you box fights are close combat fighting, testing how can you deal with opponents in small spaces. How can you manage to take the higher ground in everything when you're in a small space. These are fights in small spaces in people's boxes. That's why they're called box fights. And zone wars, which are more of an open area kind of fight. So there were 2v2v2 box fights in Fortnite. So we have our teams Rise, UV6, and Phoenix. Rise's players were UG1 Pump and Retro. Quite, a fair team. I've seen them play. Yeah, we'll get more into that. UV6 had Asbik and Tenzi. Asbik being a new signing, by the way. We'll get more into that as the video goes on. You'll see why. So Phoenix had LEJ and CK Pizza. I'm using their in-game names right now, not their real names, but yeah, that's LEJ and CK Pizza for Phoenix. So the match was on basis of 1st to 10 wins. Usually you just start off, nothing much is happening. You're still trying to figure out, okay, it's a 2v2v2. What am I going to do? Who am I up against? Do I know how these people play? Meanwhile, I'll let you know that in these different teams, these guys have not fully versed each other. So they are just learning the ropes of everything. And this is the first time they're meeting themselves. Maybe if they've played in private lobbies before or in squads, I don't know. But according to team basis, they have never played each other. So they don't know what's going on. So they're going in head first and, trying their best. As the game goes on, 1st to 10 wins, you're still relaxing in the first few games. Phoenix goes head in. Ellie went in very aggressive, picked up all the people he could pick up with help from his teammate CK, and they cleared out the first round. That was Phoenix taking the first game. I'm sure they were, back in their seats like, we can do this, we can do this. But then big man competition comes out. Asbik wilds out. Second game, he goes all out. He's a new signing, UV6. He just came on recently. It is said that he's still learning. So if this man is still learning, then I don't know what he's going to be when he gets there. He went in aggressive. Despite all that, they just had a 1-1 tie between them and Phoenix. So Asbik took that round with his teammate. Phoenix started off hard, clutching up and all that stuff. Ellie kept on hitting 1 pumps to the head, 200 shots. And it was an aggressive game, when everyone is just jumping into your box, you don't know what to do. Just turn, look, hey, someone's there, 1 pump, get it to the head, gone. But then that was not enough. Asbik went wild. I think even the other players allowed it. They were like, okay, yeah, man, we believe you. You are a hard guy. He was playing good tactics with his teammate. I think they were having personal comms and stuff. So good tactics. They were switching between high ground and low ground. When they were on low ground, they looked like they were disadvantaged, but then they kept breaking floors above them and people kept dropping down. You know what's next? One pump to the head. And this kept on happening. They used to go for the high ground, they go for the low ground, they keep switching so that, these guys confuse their enemies. But it was a fair competition with Ellie and CK. Wait, I'm sorry if I messed up, but Asbik is with Tenzi. He's called Tendo. Asbik and Tenzi, these guys kept on switching their strategies, moving up and down, changing up the gameplay. But one thing they didn't change was their aggressiveness. These guys kept jumping into boxes, breaking every wall they could see, breaking every floor they could see. They just took that opportunity to one-pump them. So by the fourth game, Phoenix was maintaining a lead, but I think Asbik and Tenzi woke up. They were like, no, we are not allowing this. I think Tenzi clutched up one more match and then it was them the rest of the way. Retro and One Pump managed to win one match. Don't get me wrong, these guys are good. They know how to play their game, but in this current situation, it was wild. They couldn't keep up with the immense pressure, I guess, but they only got one game. And the rest of the matches were between Phoenix and UV6. Asbik and Tenzi clutched up. All the rest of the games, they won 10. At this point, that's when everyone was like, yo, we know who's taking this round. But it was a fair competition. Good play. Shout out to Asbik. He got player of the game, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he got player of the game. And that's a good start. New signing. When you're a new signing, you have a lot of pressure on yourself. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to expect from the other team, but things work out in your favor, you get me? So as the matches go on, I think, Rise had to sub out One Pump. So they subbed out UG One Pump for Young Fluke. And even though this substitution was there, it was no match for this aggressive A-team, Tenzi and Asbik. They just cleared out all the teams on impulse. Like, it's just another day in the park. So UV6, as I said, it took on the rest of the matches and they put this game in the bag. The 2v2v2 box fights was taken by UV6. So fair play UV6. So if you haven't seen the points, you're not following our socials. So please follow our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, where you'll catch all this content. Keep that bell notification on so that you know when we post another video, when we go live. Even our Twitch channel, by the way, all these will be linked in the description. Around the end of the 2v2v2 box fights, something, weird happened and I think CK lagged out. CK, got internet problems. Please fix the servers. CK lags out and it's very unfortunate. Remember, man, we've been complaining to, whoever we can complain to. Please bring the servers to Africa. Come on, guys, please. Yeah, like we need servers in Africa. These things wouldn't be happening. We have very internet solutions. We don't have, looking at all the internet packages we have, I don't think we have one specifically for streaming, gaming, YouTube. And this is a thing that needs to be brought up. We can't be out here depending on a young 200 MB, a young 10 MB to game, to stream, to do all this gaming stuff, and it becomes a problem on all these players. I won't go on another rant. I ranted enough in the other video, but hey, if anyone's listening, servers, better internet packages, there's a lot of talent in this continent. You guys just don't see it. You're putting funny internet bundles out there for people to use. I mean, who's going to go on their day with a 50 MB and 100 MB? It makes no sense. Moving on. When CK lagged out, he had to forfeit. This was unfortunate because There were no substitute players for Phoenix. They had to forfeit the match, and this cost them so many points. Phoenix was at the top of the table. Right now they are second, trailing UV6. And Rise, is at the bottom. I think Rise needs to catch up. There's so many games they need to pull up in, but that's a story for another day. We still have more rounds going on, by the way, so keep it locked. We shall keep you in the loop. Just keep your notifications on. Rise and UV6 just had to advance to the Zone Wars, so it was a forfeit for Phoenix. There was supposed to be one. It was supposed to be one versus the other. It just had to be Rise versus UV6. So in this Zone Wars, it's now more open. It's a more open area. You have area to build, upwards, to go low ground, to do more. Yeah, you're not in a restricted box fight area. These guys, UV6, Tenzi and Asbik, still went aggressive. And I've seen people building and all that, guys are good builders and what, but they said this guy is fairly new. He's been learning. He's a learner. This Asbik guy, he's a learner. You should watch the video for yourself and just see, deduct for yourself whether he's a learner or not. But so yeah, these guys, the Asbik and Tenzi, went with the same strats they were using in the box fights. Although box fights is like restricted to, I think three or two levels. Yeah, this Zone Wars it has max build height. So these guys went still using the route of low ground and high ground, switching it up. I just kept seeing them going from one point to another. One time they're building high up, another one they're going down low. So there was so much going on in this, in the Zone Wars situation. So I want to put emphasis on the builds. If you guys watch the builds, you'll just wonder. I mean, I play on keyboard and mouse. I see all these things happening. You have so many keys to deal with and all that, but there are controller players here. I just wonder, how do you move your fingers in order to build that fast? But anyway, I mean, to each their own. If you practice more on controller, you'll be better at controller. If you practice more on keyboard and mouse, you'll be better. It's just about the practice and how much time you put into it. I have this saying to myself that, if you're playing a game and you're bad at it, you're bad at it by choice. It's by choice. You're a bot by choice. I mean, you're not a bot because, you're bad. You just choose to be a bot because you don't put in the hours. But anyway, yeah, Rise pulls through the competition, just getting a little bit of wins. They try to fight, their best. They at least get 2 wins. But this match was first to 5. And guess what? UV6, had to crush them. Just as they did in the previous match, These guys were so aggressive. There was no hope for the other players. But they just dominated. So, I mean, if my recap wasn't, that in-depth for you, just go and watch the video. It's a little bit over 50 minutes. 50 minutes to an hour. I mean, what else would you be doing with that precious time rather than watching quality content? But yeah, it's up on our YouTube channel. If you want any more information about these rounds, keep it locked with our Instagram page, our Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook page, believe it or not. Keep it locked with all our socials. We shall keep you updated. We shall put the relevant links in this description below. And yeah, all that good stuff. So what's left for me to say? Hey guys, I don't want to say anything much. I may rant again, but ranting is useless. Just know, in Africa, internet bundles, what you would call a scam. You're paying so much for so little internet at a slow internet speed. It's so bad. Then we have to connect to servers that are outside Africa. That's why we keep saying, please bring servers to Africa. Yes. And there's just so much going on. People have the equipment, people have the computers, people have, all these PlayStations and whatnot, but they can't play the game because the internet, it's an online game. No one is playing, offline games that much these days. Everyone is moving onto the online scene, onto the esports scene. And if you have competitive esports players in Africa, let's say in Uganda, DZ, Kenya, East Africa, Africa in general, yeah, you could put your people on the map. It's not always about, let's say, football. It's not only tennis. It's not only rugby. It's not only, you have other medium of putting your people outside. So, guys, if there's any executives that happen to land on this video, guys, consider it. Think smart, big brain. Yeah, but that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support on all the videos. Those who managed to watch all our videos, those who have managed to keep the likes up, those who have followed the Instagram pages. Thanks for the support. We can only do this better with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to slide into the Instagram DM. I'm sure you'll be answered within the shortest time possible. There's a comment section below. Anything you want to say, if you want to see something new, if you want to see a gameplay of a certain game, I'm sure we have it, as a team. We have it. If you want to see gameplay, if you want to see competitions, if you want to see all that good stuff, just hit us up on our DM, comment in the comment section below, and yeah, we'll get to you. So thank you guys for watching, and this is UG Clap Chicks out.